Hello, everybody. Hello. This is awesome. How are you guys? I'm doing good. I am doing awesome, actually. I actually just got back off holiday. I was in India, right? I love India. I don't know if anyone's noticed, though. You know the immigration forms over there? You know that purpose of visit section? India has all the usual boxes, like business, vacation. Then they have one box, it says settle down. As a joke, I ticked it. When I got off the plane, there was a wife and kids waiting for me, man. But I do love India, and the women there, the women were gorgeous, right? But I never know what to say to Indian women, right? Because what do you say to them, really? Yeah? You see one in a club, you go up to them, you're like, hey girl, I saw you from across the room. You know what I want to do? You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, maybe I could call my mom, and she can call your mom, and they can arrange that shot! See you at the wedding. It works. But I've got nothing against arranged marriages, right? Like, my parents have a deranged marriage. I mean, an arranged marriage, you know? And I love my parents. You know, they were a bit strict growing up. You know, like, not like parents these days. I think that kids these days tend to be a bit spoiled. You know, like, I was in Starbucks today, I saw these two kids. One was about 3, one was about 6. They both had iPads. Right? I remember thinking to myself, man, I could so easily mug those kids and run them down. Yeah, no, but my parents were really strict, especially when it came to, like, the subject of sex. Right? Whenever we'd be watching TV with my parents and a sex scene would come on, they'd just go, change the channel. Change that channel now. What is this filthy show you're watching? What is this? Animal Planet. They are really supportive though, right? Like, they've just discovered my comedy videos on the internet. Well, they've just discovered the internet, really. And you can tell that they're new at it, right? Because they always use the word "the" in all the wrong places. They call me up, they're like, son, we went on the line. We saw your videos on the YouTube. Oh, and to help us find it, we used the Google. I was like, wicked. That's what I used to find the porn. My mum actually came to visit me for the first time this year, which was great. A little bit embarrassing though. See, because the walls in my apartment are really thin, which means that I get to hear my neighbours having sex all night long. Alright? Me and my mum sitting there watching TV. My neighbours started going at it really loudly. Right? When they stopped, my mum looked at me and was like, Mahesh, I think your neighbours really like Animal Planet. What else? I recently turned 30. I know, I tell you, you look like 29, it's amazing. And you know, it got me thinking about how I've grown and changed over the years, and, well, I haven't, really. Yeah. It's pathetic. Like, the only way I have changed is the way that I dress, right? Because back when I was a teenager, I used to wear my jeans all the way down here with my bum hanging out. I thought that shit was cool. And now I wear them at a more appropriate level. That's the extent of my personal development. But I am trying to change, you know, I'm trying to get like fit and in shape, you know. I've started running. I love running. Alright, I hate it when I get a phone call during a run though. Like the other day, I'm on the treadmill, and I'm running along. My buddy calls me up, and he's like, hey man, we're gonna meet at that bar, 8:30. I'm like running along, huffing and puffing. Yeah man, see you at the bar, 8:30. Hung up the phone. 2 seconds later, he called me back and was like, dude, were you just masturbating? Then I thought to myself, right, if I was indeed in the middle of a moment of passion, why would I look down at my phone and be like, hey, Jimmy's calling, Jimmy, what's up? And on the flip side to that, right, if you had suspicions that your friend was pleasuring himself, Why would you call back to clarify that shit? I'm also, taking life a bit more seriously. I'm thinking about going back to school, not to do Chinese politics, mate. Seriously? I'm thinking about doing my MBA, alright? I called my dad for some advice, and he was like, "What MBA? I'll teach you basketball for free!" Yeah, because I'm having a bit of a tough time at work, right? Like, me and my boss don't really get along, He found out, I'm a comedian, right? So he keeps making all these shitty jokes around me, We went out for drinks the other night. I ordered a Bloody Mary, with a stick of celery in it. He looked over and was like, "Mahesh, you better enjoy that, because this year, that's the only celery you'll be getting." Thank you. I looked over at him. He was drinking a Sex on the Beach. I was like, "Well, you better enjoy that, because I've met your wife." Looking for a new job. I've found as well, as I'm getting older, I'm a bit more irritable. I get annoyed at stuff pretty easily, especially Hong Kong taxi drivers. Oh! Come on, do you not hate them? They're so evil, right? And I heard recently, that these guys are getting trained to give CPR. Yeah, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Do we need this? I'm pretty sure if you're ever in that situation, the kiss of life probably gonna smell a little bit like death. And what are they teaching these guys anyway? Step 1, make sure the meter's still running. Step 2, remove toothpick from mouth. And if all else fails, dial 999 from one of your 15 cell phones. The other thing that annoys me about Hong Kong is some of the racial stereotyping that I face. Whenever I walk into a building in Hong Kong that has an Indian restaurant in it, say on the 3rd floor, I walk in, the guy in the lobby's like, "3rd floor?" I'm like, "Dude, just because I'm Indian doesn't mean I'm going up to the Indian restaurant, right?" And I always give him a really smug look as I press that 4th floor button. Then of course I have to walk down one of those stairs.